A girl casually picked a wild fruit, but when she turned around, she was horrified to find a masked person in a ghillie suit suddenly appearing not far in front of her. The girl was instantly startled, but before she could figure out what was going on, the masked person walked slowly toward her with a baby carriage. Faced with this eerie sight, the girl quickly turned and ran, but because she was pregnant, she couldn't run fast. To protect the baby in her belly, the girl had no choice but to duck into a lush little woods, trying to escape the masked person's pursuit. Listening to the heavy footsteps not far away, she covered her mouth tightly, not daring to make a sound, fearing that she would die in the other's hands if she made a mistake. Fortunately, the masked person's eyesight was not great. After searching for a long time, they still didn't find the girl right in front of them. The girl was about to breathe a sigh of relief as she watched the masked person leave, but who would have thought that in the next second, the psycho was already standing in front of her. The girl begged the other person to let her go, but the masked person not only ignored her, but also slowly took out a dagger. The psycho left the woods with the cradle, and from time to time, the sound of a baby's crying could be heard from inside. You don't have to think to know what happened. However, the horror didn't stop there. A newly married couple drove to this woods. The husband, Jack, was going on a business trip, so he deliberately took his pregnant wife to his sister's house in the countryside, hoping that his sister could help take care of her for a few days. Seeing her sister-in-law who had come from afar, the sister was so happy. She told her brother Jack to go to work without worry, as taking care of a pregnant woman was a piece of cake for her. At first, Kathy didn't think too much about her enthusiastic sister-in-law. After all, she was a relative of hers, but she didn't expect to be startled by the layout of the room as soon as she entered. The animal specimens placed all around gave off a creepy vibe. Before she could recover, there was a sudden knock on the door. This sudden scene immediately startled Kathy. She casually picked up a baseball bat to defend herself. Fortunately, at this critical moment, Kathy closed the door in time, but the tragic thing was that the bat she had just swung had directly knocked out her sister-in-law. But at this point, she couldn't care about that much. While the other person had not yet rushed in, Kathy quickly took out her phone to call the police. But to her despair, there was no signal on her phone in this remote suburb.